ready to embrace the magical side of life, where anything is possible and the infinite is accessible to all? Let's have a conscious conversation about what's going on in the world, in your life, and your relationship from the expanded perspective of your soul. The path to awareness begins and ends in the heart. So let's take it there, one step at a time, and learn to cultivate magic in your life every single day. In each episode, we share a collective space in which we discover the unique facets of our own magic and embody our superhuman qualities by humbly exploring how it's super simply to be human. Hosts Kai and Dell co-create a magical experience to remind you that you are magical as fuck. Now, be unleashed. This is our daily magic.
Next year is our 20-year anniversary from high school and shit.
Next year is our 20-year anniversary from high school.
That's fucking crazy, right? The reason I've seen that is because I'm part of the 2001 group of my class, or of my school. The reason I got a part of that because of with my sister passing away, letting her class know. And they got their anniversary thing coming up. They call it 20 plus 1. So they're doing theirs this year. I guess they didn't do it last year or something, but I'm like, damn, next year, 20-year anniversary of high school.
Wow.
High school is an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Like everything, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. What is up, everyone? Hello. It was just a conversation we're talking about like anniversaries and things like that. Let you know, just you can look at it two different ways. One is like, oh my God, I'm getting old. Or two, like, damn, I'm living life for a long time, for a longer time to be able to live enough to come to these anniversaries for school. This is our 2-year wedding anniversary. Been together for 7 years. Met each other on Tinder. Interesting story right there with the Tinder. And yes, you can find love on Tinder besides hookups. Even though I use both of them, both the equations for it. But she was working in Delaware at the time. I was in New Jersey. And she had clients in New York, right? So you're traveling from Delaware to New York. Synchronistically, she got to my vicinity. And this was at the time for myself. I was done with Tinder. I mean, I was using it during the breakup stages I had for my casual hookups and stuff. But I was like, I'm taking a break for this. I'm going to do the thing like people say after breakups. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to put myself first now. So I focused on my work, started working out more. But then just got this another, let me go check on Tinder and see what's up. Went on there, saw this chick. Showing her muscles off and stuff, what she's doing now. Yo, show the muscles now, man. Show the growth. Yo, flex them on them. Come on. Flex it on them. Flex. Look at that.
Stop it.
Look at that. You're doing all the bodybuilding poses and stuff like that. And like, yo, flaunt your shit, yo.
It doesn't show on here.
Yeah, yo, flaunt your shit. Talk your shit. But, so I seen her, and I'm like, damn. She looked good. I had a thing for some light-skinned girls, but then she had muscles on her and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let me put this on silent. I'm going to super swipe her. And from there, it's been a journey to where we are right now.
That's funny. We met we connected at around this time of the year in 2015. Yeah. And then we went on our first date.
Saw Paranormal Activity 4.
Yeah.
Ghost Dimension. We should actually watch that tonight.
Interesting.
Like a way of like celebrating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, this is around the time that we met.
Yeah.
We went on our first date.
No, October.
October. But we met.
It was October 20 something. I have the calendar thing in my phone.
The calendar. Was it a Google Calendar invite?
Nah, I kept it in here. So I'm gonna actually go to
That's funny.
it was October 19th.
October 19th.
No, sorry. My bad. I stand corrected. I was like, no, there we go. October 23rd.
Okay, October 23rd.
Yeah. I looked at the wrong thing. So
Got
it was actually Paranormal Activity 5 we saw. So on the first date, went to go see a horror movie.
Yes.
She was nervous.
I was with a personal training client beforehand.
When she gets nervous, she says big words.
Oh, yes. Very big words. And a lot of them right after one another.
And she was saying them, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what the hell she's talking to, but I'm gonna impress her. I'm gonna impress her, like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Indubitably. It's cadecophobia. And hello, whoever's here. How you doing? We're just sharing our journey to where we are now. This is our 2-year wedding anniversary. We actually been together for 7 years now.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah. So I saw the Paranormal Activity movie. I got threatened to get killed by her mother.
She said that she would track you down. She didn't say what she would do.
Somebody said he's gonna track you down, especially a mama bear. You see what happens in nature when somebody tries to mess with the cub? Mama bear kills. I saw this one video. Speaking about mama bears, it was the guys. They were like fishing in the river or something, or fishing in the river. So they was rolling down a river, and when I was rolling down a river, there was some cubs on the other side, like looking.
Mm-hmm.
The little cubs going. So then you see the little cubs like just crawling and stuff. Next thing you see the mama bear like coming at the thing and about to like kill them.
Yeah.
So they let off a shot from the gun,
Yeah.
not to hit her, but to scare her.
Yeah.
So the guy said, I took a 50-50 chance. I was hoping that it scared her, but if that didn't scare her,
Yeah.
it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Because she was like charging her. Yo, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. Did it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
They told the story, so.
Oh. Good point.
Yeah.
Right. Mama Bear was like, take a picture of his license plate and send it to me, just in case. I was like, oh, okay, Mama, you got it.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff with online dating. And I'm sure whoever's here, somebody in here experienced online dating and something that was interesting about online dating. And feel free to share your stories. But like, I used to like read the Tinder and Reddit, the Tinder stories, like the crazy Tinder stories, and like, there's some crazy stuff out there. But it's like, that's the thing with online dating. You don't know who you're gonna like go on a date with. And then even what was that movie? The Tinder Swindler or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It's taking that chance. So obviously took that chance, and here we are. But also we had to do a lot of healing to get here. A lot.
Yeah.
Came into a relationship, both of us. Hey, here's my wounds, and we're gonna bring our wounds in here, and we're gonna have fun with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about in the video earlier today.
Yeah.
I was saying how we came with wounds that we have in previous experiences, and both of us was doing the healing work to address those wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened that we both were doing was we were codependent on each other to be the band-aid for our wounds, so that way we didn't have to feel them on ourselves, which is a natural human instinct.
Right.
But there's always a different way. The relationship wasn't working, but the cool thing about it which we did, is we knocked down the foundation. What up, sis?
Hey, Jess. Welcome to the podcast. Nice to see you here.
I think it's a cool thing too, with like your sisters and everything. Like all you guys are beautiful. So I'm very excited for when we have our kid, and it's a girl, because I'm hoping that the girl looks more like you and your family than me. Even though like me with a little filter on and stuff like that, man, look alright. But then I'm like, dang, we have a girl. I'm definitely have to get my gun license and get prepared for that. Nope.
Shout out to Tamara as well. Jasmine said, "Come take one of mine." LOL.
Uncle Dell, Aunt Kai.
That's right.
So, like I was saying, that the band-aid that we were having,
Yeah.
the band-aid, like you were my band-aid, I was your band-aid.
Mhm.
We weren't addressing the wounds at that time. But then also, what was it? Blaming each other for why we had the wounds, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the essence of me, like what I've been unpacking from like this journey.
Right.
Well, that was our beliefs at the time before.
Right.
Definitely hear from you as well. Like, please elaborate.
I mean, I agree with what you said because that's the perfect combination to create a catalyst for change. It's like it's a situation that just doesn't work. So it's like change is inevitable.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because obviously when something isn't working
Mhm.
in a relationship, obviously the easy thing to do is like, I'm done with this. I'm leaving.
Mm.
We tried that.
What's funny is that didn't work either.
It didn't. It's like, okay, this person's the problem, not me. We're gonna end this. Didn't realize that the relationship with yourself is the problem. So it didn't matter where you went. It's still you there. Oh wait. So, you may have that little glimpse of happiness, but then it comes back. It's like, hello there. Nice try. But you didn't address the real thing that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep reflecting to you in life.
Right. Yeah. And when you go deep enough,
That's what she said.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. When you go deep enough,
Yep, you see my shirt. I know I'm awesome.
you end up making it to the other side, and you have enough hindsight to really just reflect on what it is that you've been through.
Yeah. It's the other thing I shared in the video, which I was grateful for with our relationship and all this stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this relationship is where I had my spiritual awakening. And the reason why I had my spiritual awakening was due to my codependent need to try to impress somebody after a breakup. So I did psychedelics, which there was no way in hell possible I would have done that because of my upbringings and religion. Like, there's no way in hell I would have done that. And that was the most beautiful catalyst to help me to really put in perspective, like, okay, if I could, there's a beauty in everything, but I'm like, if I didn't have that moment,
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I would have been right now. I was on a collision course. But it was like the universe said, yeah, I'm gonna use your codependency to awaken you. And that's exactly what happened.
That's a really good way to put it. A really good way to put it.
Yeah. But obviously, like, it was like the starting point, but it's been growing since then and everything else. But the real thing as well that's really been helping so much with this foundation that we're in now is addressing the relationship with ourselves.
Yeah.
So, what your main theme was, your main inner belief that you had about yourself before was what?
That I wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm. And my belief was I'm inadequate. I'm not good enough.
Same core wound.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. That's why, like in relationships, it's interesting because it's a catalyst. Like you guys are reflecting each other simultaneously, but your inner belief patterns are going to show up in the form of that those different things. But also, we handle those things differently. So if I'm not enough, I'm going to keep taking to feel enough.
Got it.
You're not enough.
I'm going to keep giving.
Yeah. So the universe. Okay, let's put this lesson together.
Right.
So, oh, you're not giving to me anymore. I don't feel enough. Oh, am I not enough for you to give to me? And then you're giving because you don't feel enough, and then I don't want that.
Rejection.
Oh, I'm not enough because like I'm not enough because you're not accepting this gift that I'm giving to you. You remember those couple of times like you really put like you were really doing this thing to receive a certain way from me. And to me, it wasn't that big of a deal, but for you, it was so monumental.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, thank you. And it was like,
It's like, what the fuck?
and then even for me, like when I actually like gave, because I really didn't like to give.
Yeah.
And then to me, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But then to you, it wasn't that big of a deal. So then I'm like, the fuck? The fuck?
Those were interesting reflections. Those are really interesting reflections.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on the surface, it could look like one thing, but again, when you go deeper underneath those layers of what the actual cause is, it's like then you get to really see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those core, deeper wounds and beliefs that were even there before we even came together in a relationship.
Yeah.
Those core wounds are already there happening, but synchronistically we came together, so that way the opportunity to do it. Well, what I believe is it didn't matter who we were going to be with anyway.
Yeah.
It would still would have happened. Meaning, even I could reflect back on relationships before, plenty of opportunities for me to address these wounds.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I blamed the other person. Or I'm like, I don't want to deal with this type of thing.
Or I guess in my case, I was just giving more and more and more and more.
Yeah. Because then it's like, when I give, maybe if I give, that would be enough. But then it's like, what's the balance? When is enough given is going to be enough?
I was given in the wrong direction. Jazz says, the retrograde is hitting me with all four winds at the same time. I swear. LOL. All self-reflection and closure, etc. That is...
The Gatorade?
Right. Mercury is in Gatorade right now. And I hear you, right? I mean, any time that we have in our lives to take a moment and slow down, whether it's the retrograde or whether it's just a period of rest and being still, all that stuff that was like floating around, it starts to get swirled and we get to take a look at it before it settles to the ground again.
Oh.
Yes.
Speak about Jasmine.
Yes.
Let's start about this idea.
Yes.
Let me know what you think.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you put her stuff on our website since we have so much traffic?
Jasmine.
It's magic.
We need to talk.
Her magical creations that she makes, some amazing creations, and that's magic. I'm like, that should be on our website. We get traffic there. I'm pretty sure people will see like, oh wow, really?
Okay, let's everywhere I turn, the universe is giving me the same message through different people.
There we go. That's the theme of it. It doesn't matter where you go. It shows you that we're all connected.
Yeah.
So you can run away or try to run from your soul lesson, but you're going to keep experiencing what you are meant to experience to get the soul lesson. It's just going to come into the form of different people, no matter what. So that's why relationships, if you're having the same relationship experience everywhere you go, it's a reflection of not only the connection that you have with everything and everyone, but then also it's reflecting the relationship with you. You're bringing you everywhere you go.
That's right.
So you can blame this person for being this way or this. they're only poking at what's going on inside of you.
You've got a lot of really awesome mirrors around you.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Even when you get stuck in traffic, it's just
Woo.
reflecting the way that you handle stuff when things don't go your way.
Mm. Jazz says, I'm down. Wow, really? Yup. We can totally talk about the details.
In the
Let's
back
do it.
channel.
In the back channel, he said. Yes, and I feel like I'm finally at a place to accept the message. Good things coming.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love that. It's like, something is trying to get to you. It could be like you're saying, it could be just a great message. Sometimes all it takes is being willing to look, and you sound like you're certainly willing. That's exciting. I can't wait to hear what happens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like we were saying, it's all reflecting back to you, relationship with yourself. And that's why I'm like, I said in the video, relationships could be very simple, but we overcomplicate them. And this is just my hypothesis. What I feel the reason why we overcomplicate relationships is because we're not addressing the relationship for ourselves and those wounds that we have, and we are relying on somebody else to address them. No one's coming to save you, not even that partner. But it comes so much simpler to be in a relationship when you become more simple to be a relationship with yourself. If you have an overcomplicated relationship with yourself in which you're not fully accepting yourself or being with those parts of yourself and addressing those wounds and healing those things, but more so just projecting them everywhere, it's going to be very overcomplicated. This is why I feel relationships don't work. And then also you're expecting the person to be something else than who they are truly in this moment.
Right.
Not giving the person the freedom to choose how they want to be.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're not choosing for yourself that freedom as well.
Right. Good point. Good point. Are you really who you are?
Yeah. I think the funniest thing, and I'm like, this is like a universal contradiction that I hear so much.
Yeah.
And it's in regards to like dating.
Okay.
The first date.
Uh-huh.
I can't show the person who I am yet. I can't let them fully get to know me. But then you get upset because this person is not fully accepting you for who you are. And you're not fully being who you are. The fuck? So how can you get mad at somebody for not fully accepting you for who you are if you're not being fully who you are?
Just a little contradiction.
A little. A little. A little.
Yeah, just a
little. And it's like, what's some other ones, man? Here we go.
Oh boy.
And this is personal experience as well, from my own personal experience. It's like, how can you get mad at somebody for not seeing it how you see stuff when you have your own perception of things and they have their own perception of stuff?
Right.
So then you get I got so triggered. I'm like, you don't understand this the way that I see it, type of thing.
Yeah.
How come you don't understand it? Well, really, you understand in your own interpretation, point of view. But also for me, communicating more can help out to really show where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting you to read my mind.
Right.
You're supposed to read my mind. You're supposed to know what I'm thinking. You're supposed to know how I'm seeing stuff.
I think it's cute because, like, you say things and I don't know what they mean. It's like what you're talking about at the beginning of our relationship, where I use like big words and you're just like, yeah. Except for I can't get around these things, so I have to ask you. You're like, yeah, just put that player on the waiver wire. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but you saw how I responded to it differently.
Yeah.
Because before, and this is like live shifting that's going on. Before, when she would say something like that, I was responding to her as if like she knew, like I do. Oh, how you don't know that type of thing? But what I actually did when she asked that was I showed her the instructions for exactly what it meant.
Yeah.
I was speaking in my own lingo, but then like you didn't understand where I was coming from, so then I broke it down for you for the lingo. And By the way, she's part of my fantasy or this fantasy league. We're in fantasy football together.
Yeah.
She's doing really well.
Second year.
Had a good draft.
Yeah.
You got Jalen Hurts.
I did get
Beast
Jalen
mode.
Hurts. And what's his name?
You look like you need a running back. She's trading Dalvin Cook.
I don't think so.
He's not doing so well right now.
That's okay. You can stay on there. My only experience about fantasy football was watching the league. But
Yeah, you are like that chick. I'm Robbie. Gonna ball tap people.
But it's definitely a relationship experience too, because we go head to head at some point in time.
Yeah, they actually said it's going to be a couples week, so I think
Okay.
they might. I think they were saying like may want to have a get together, but I don't know, depending on your schedule and stuff like that. Like you have your upcoming stuff.
Right.
By the way, flex on them.
No, I'm telling you, it doesn't show.
Doesn't show.
It doesn't show on.
So it's going to show when you do your that vigorous thing before the day of training.
Yeah. Then I'll post some pictures of me, like doing bodybuilding poses and stuff like that. But it's not going to show on this live. Yours do though.
Shout out to CrossFit, baby.
Yes, CrossFit.
Shout out to CrossFit on the food.
Jasmine, who's going to be at the show, she says, your relationship is refreshing. It's nice to watch you guys talk and laugh with each other. Can't wait to meet you both. Likewise. Boom. Flex on them.
Yeah. That's the thing. And that's the stage I'm stepping into as well.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, like, you're more than welcome to not step in that stage.
What's that?
But it seems like you are doing it anyway. Talk your shit. You know what's different? And this is a different space.
What's
is
that?
Talking the shit of the work that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a great talker and not back it up with the actions,
Mm.
which is something a lot of people do too. But I'm taking accountability for myself.
Got it.
Meaning, like, I would talk a good game and then back it up. And that showed up in a lot of places, work, relationships, and things like that.
Yeah.
But now, and that's the thing I was talking about for you, or I was saying to you, as like, I'm learning more and I'm integrating more of when I speak something, I do the actions to like back it up. Type
Right.
of thing.
Being a person of your word.
Yeah. The alignment.
Yeah,
What I speak, I create.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah. I had a little bit of an opposite experience.
For what?
Doing a whole bunch and not even really wanting to talk about it.
I tell you all the time, man, you have content gold in you. Like, you can right now go on TikTok, share your journey from right now all the way up to the bodybuilding thing.
Yeah.
And I guarantee if you share, like, honestly, from your space from where you are right now, you'll have like a powerful following by the time you do your thing.
Got it.
Because people love the journey. People love to see the journey in the work.
Yeah,
But like, you are talking about stuff and you're backing it up.
this is true.
You said you wanted to do it.
You're right. You're right. Thank you for holding me accountable.
So today, you
Yes.
can do a TikTok video.
Today I will do a TikTok video. Bye, Jasmine. For now. Glad you got to stop in too.
But yeah, I'm sure people would love to like hear this.
Okay. Well, let me start with some content here.
Who's that? Let's see.
Yeah, let's find out who this mysterious Facebook user is. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Oh, it's my sister.
Oh, hey, Karen. Welcome. Okay. Here's some content for y'all right here, right? Bodybuilding is really interesting. So I was on this like path of like, oh my gosh, I want to like, eat organic and do like juicing and vegetables and, all that stuff. And I was vegan for like a year or 2 or 3 off and on. And then, And then coach is like, all right, you want to do bodybuilding again? Here, eat this meat. Like all like the whole regimen is just like meat, 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 meat. And I was like, all right. So it is in that moment that I made a decision. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to be all in. So I did, and it actually wasn't that bad. What gave me like a lot of hesitation was my beliefs about it. So I just shifted my beliefs around, and it was all copacetic.
What was your beliefs, and then what did you shift them to?
My beliefs were if I were to eat meat, then I wasn't being healthy.
Can we go down that rabbit
And it's about solids too, because I was doing a lot of juicing.
hole? And you were doing the hydrocolonic.
Doing hydrocolonics until one time I did it and I ended up with internal bleeding, but we don't have to talk about that too much on the podcast. Just be very discerning about what it is that you do with your body and when you do it.
Yeah.
I was at the height of like a 21-day cleanse.
Yeah, because like even like on a normal day,
Yeah.
it's very intense.
Yeah.
The hydrocolonic. I remember, I was like purging.
Crying.
Yeah.
Emotional,
incestual wounds and things coming up out of me, and like I'm like, literally things are coming up out of me.
Right.
Saw some keychains and stuff.
Stop. Pennies, puzzle pieces,
anal beads. Can you imagine?
Stop it. That's so nasty.
Oh, that's where that went. That's where that unicorn bead went. Sprinkles and stuff, sparkles.
Oh my god, just glitter. So I was like, I'm gonna eat solid food and I'm gonna eat animal protein. So I went in and from a very sensitive place, like not wanting to eat anything outside of that regimen at all, to being on totally completely opposite regimen. I eat like all protein right now. It's a lot.
I gotta get protein, matter of fact, protein shakes. But yeah.
And also it's a journey. Like it wasn't my diet the way that it is right now was not how it was when I first started training. Like
you're on the grind now.
Oh man.
You're a straight rabbit. And then the fish. Oh my god. I'm like, funny. How's it smell like that on the outside? What does it smell like on the inside?
Flowers.
Yeah.
So at this marker right now, which is like 3.5, 4 weeks until the show, I hit a wall energetically.
What's the energetic wall you hit?
My body is tired. And I had to figure out how to navigate that because I have a regimen.
Workout regimen?
I have a workout regimen. I have a food regimen. I am hungry and I am tired. And that is a real thing.
Have you talked to your coach about it?
I plan on it.
No. Don't give me that bullshit answer. So it's either you're gonna make the you know how it is,
right,
compared to it. I'm gonna plan to go outside as opposed to I'm going outside. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah.
I'm planning to talk to my coach.
Yeah.
As opposed to like I'm gonna go talk to my coach. This is something you're dealing with right now. And maybe there's something that your coach, who's your coach, can coach you on.
Right. Okay. We'll talk about that. So when I did bodybuilding 10 years ago, 10 years ago. No, it's less than that. I did it until like 2014. It was like 8 or 9 years ago. The one thing that my coach said about me was like, you're great because you just do the thing. Like I don't go to my coach every week like, oh my gosh, can we change this? I can't do this, I can't do that. I didn't do that. So even we went on vacation to Puerto Rico a couple months ago.
No, it's a month ago because I had COVID then or before it.
Like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I was hesitant to like talk about that, but he gave me some really good advice. He's like, why don't you freeze your diet food and bring it with you. And I was like, what? I could do that? Yeah, I froze my food in portions in bags, put it in my backpack, and I brought it all the way to Puerto Rico. And I did really well.
Mm-hmm. You see that, though? You're a coach.
Yeah.
Why do people work with a coach?
Because, well, I wanted a plan.
What's a coach do? What's the coach help a client to do? You have clients, so what do you coach help the clients to do through your coaching? To what?
Win.
When?
Win.
When? How?
In their process.
Mm-hmm. By what? What do you help? How do you help the person to do that? To help them win in their process?
Dealing with stuff in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how you guys deal with the moment through your coaching?
Be with it and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you're giving it. Ooh, in a pattern. Look at that pattern right there. So you're giving that.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you receive that as well?
Oh boy. All right.
How do you talk to your coach? You like text him and stuff?
I just texted him for the first time like 2 weeks or a week ago.
You text him like for questions or something?
No. See, I don't like asking questions. I just want to do the thing.
See? How's this working out for you? You don't have energy, like you're losing energy, your body's tired and stuff like that. It's your coach right here, man. Your coaches help to coach you through processes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through these processes, but they can't help you if you don't talk about it.
True. Are you Tony Robbins-ing me?
Pick up the damn phone. This is live. It's me and 5 other people here right now going through this. Look at that.
Right.
Yeah, send the message. Your coach is there to coach you.
Okay.
She's in receiving mode now, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And that's the other cool thing about relationships that we have, or our relationship that we have too,
Mm-hmm.
is we call each other out on our patterns. And in those moments of calling each other out on the patterns, it's coming out of love.
Yeah.
It's because we know what our partner wants to experience more of, and we help to hold each other accountable to creating that. So sometimes we're gonna have some tough conversations in which somebody gets triggered, but we're doing it out of love. And if the person needs time to like process it, they can process it.
Thank you.
Yeah. But this is really helping us because we're both committed to our own personal growth. But then the byproduct of that is our relationship grows because our relationship for ourselves is growing and we're taking forth these new things. But really being able to have these conversations helps us to really expand. That's what we're here for in this temporary life experience and this temporary thing called relationship as well.
Yes.
We're here to help each other to become the best versions of ourselves even more. And we're using it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. We're really lucky to have each other and to have made it through everything that we made through.
That created you.
Likewise. As a matter of fact, I create you.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with every other experience up to this point. And that really helped me to really start to let go of resentment and wounds. I created it. Taking full responsibility in that way. And I'm not saying I created it in a human mind type of thing.
Right.
But from a soul essence level, I created it.
And a perspective experience.
Yeah. I created it. And I truly believe that when I transition on and I review my life, I'm going to get to see that I created it. I'm going to see, and what's those things people call the soul contracts?
Yeah.
I'm going to see my okay, all this stuff you signed up for it. You were told this before you decided to incarnate in this body. So might as well. I'm gonna be there right now in that space of saying I created it. I like because I like the thing that I read or not read. I watched the one person who had near death experience, and in her contracts, she said that she got to review her soul contract and said, in the event that I'm not awake at this point,
Right.
do this. This is like my break the glass and hit the red button option.
Right.
And yeah, this I would say this is like the red option, hit the red button option.
Yeah.
But matter of fact, I feel like it could have been way worse.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, yeah. But I got the message.
Yes.
Universe, okay. You get the message now? Cool.
Right.
So you sent the message, right?
I sent a message.
You said, hey, how are you? You say like, hey, how's it going? You said one of those generic messages, or you like send a
I
message?
sent a hey coach, can I have some advice? And I'm waiting for him to text back. I need a minute to think. I'm on live.
So you're always on live. Live is life.
Well, also because I keep catching myself saying these cliche phrases,
Like what?
like I hit a wall. Like
Uh-huh.
that's not
Cool.
actually like that's not real. Like I didn't actually like hit a wall. So I want to be like very intentional with my words. Like what is actually going on? Hitting a wall is something proverbial. It's
What
not
if
real.
What if we can accept that
Huh?
in a way?
What?
Hey, I hit a wall. Cool. It just mean for me, my perception of it, I hit a wall. Okay. What I'm doing right now has got me to this point, and I'm looking to get further, but the way I'm doing stuff isn't gonna get me further.
Right.
So I hit a wall with this way that I'm doing stuff right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm ready to like see what else is out there. The shift for a different perspective, or see some different actions, but also I need help. Help me. What isn't working for me right? What I'm doing now isn't working for me right now, and I would like to do something different. That's why people hire coaches.
Mm-hmm.
They want to create a different possibility for their life because what they're doing right now isn't working for them, and they're ready to see something from a different perspective, but they can't see it from where they are right now.
Right.
So when a coach see the possibilities, address whatever belief it is right there, shift it, move forward.
Actually, I like those words.
See, it's not about the words; it's your beliefs behind the words.
Yes.
I could say it's a shitstorm. Some people will take it the way they're going to take it. Me, oh, it's a shitstorm out there. This means a lot of energy. Well, for me,
Right.
it's like the thing when I said, when I said, and it was triggering to you, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care meant like I'm good either way. But then you took it as a way like saying, I don't care about you. I don't care about whatever it is.
Right.
So it's just words, but the meaning we give behind the words is what really determines what the words mean.
This
To
is
you.
true.
Like I say, God. And so many people have their different interpretation of that word.
Right.
It's fascinating. I'm changing the word. I just say it's very interesting, but now it's fascinating.
All right. I'm writing a message.
There you go. Cool.
Boom.
Cool. As she's doing that, where is your things at? How do I get to the things? Oops.
What things?
The words. Or not the words. Oh,
What
the symbols. Or the videos and stuff. There's a up here?
brand?
Okay. Ooh.
Right
We haven't did this in a while. The unicorns are celebrating Kai doing what she's doing now, reaching out to the coach. Let's give her the unicorn. Oh man. So you see what had happened there with you is you realize that you hit a wall in regards to what's going on with your regimen and stuff. And you honor the way that your body's feeling right now.
Right.
But a little bit that old pat, I just gotta tough this out.
Right.
I gotta tough this out type of thing.
Right.
But right now, you're actually creating a new action.
Right.
So this new action, you are snapping into a new reality.
Wow. You went there.
I haven't used a Thanos video in so long. So it's so true. And I want to put up what's her name's comment, Stephanie. Hey Stephanie, how's it going? Stephanie said, so true. Everyone interprets words differently. Yeah. Everyone interprets words differently. Everyone interprets experiences differently as well. This is like why in a relationship, one thing is happening, and one partner is going to interpret it one way, and the other partner is going to interpret it another way. But then what can also potentially happen is one partner feels that their interpretation is the absolute truth behind this, and so can the other person. And instead of actually communicating to find out what is the exact truth that's the full truth in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
you can base that moment from the assumptions of your interpretation for the reason why things are happening, which leads to a lot of unnecessary turmoils in relationships and stuff.
Mm.
I think it's absolute truth because in my previous experiences, this is true. So that means that in this experience, with this thing happening right now, it means it's true.
Mm.
Or I've been taught that this is true.
Mm-hmm.
How many people actually take a look at that
Right.
to really see what is true? Or even if your truths are just truths that got taught to you by somebody else and you never had a chance to experience for yourself is really true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Make sure to tip your waitress. Oh.
Good thoughts.
That's cool. So experience live shifting. It's been a great anniversary day.
So far.
It's anniversary A.
And
Don't worry.
save
the D for later.
no boy. That's why I'm married.
She had no choice. That's the other thing as well.
What's that?
I had to propose twice.
We didn't have to.
I chose to.
We chose to.
But it was two different energies with the proposals. The first one was in the midst of chaos and breakup and like as a way of trying to get this person back, which is something that like it was a pattern I had to try to make a relationship get better as opposed to addressing the wounds and stuff like that. Oh, let me do something out of gestures now. So let me propose to her now. That'll make her be more happier. No, got told no. But then eventually I decided to do it again. And that time though, it was synchronistic though. All the stuff orchestrated
Yeah.
to get done.
And it came together really nicely.
Yeah. What?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's hard to surprise me too, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job with that.
Yeah. That was funny. Like I was just thinking about different ways of doing. But I already said I wouldn't do it on the day that I asked you to be my girlfriend. So, and then like it was just perfect. It made perfect timing that spiritual space we were in at that time was happening. Something. Oh yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
So, I had this other stuff like I was thinking about doing a flash mob too. Like one day, because you travel, I think you were still traveling the city at that time. So like I was thinking about like paying for a flash mob. And I was part of them, like the singing mob and stuff, and they all circled you. But then I thought about like, she has anxiety, so like this could go two different ways. Or do the Joe Budden thing, propose at Times Square.
Oh wow.
So he did the same thing like I did with the first proposal. Like relationship was like the relationship foundation then was pretty messed up. But I'm gonna do this proposal to try to make it work. It's like the same thing I did before. Oh, this relationship's not working. Oh, let's make a baby. Which I'm grateful for my son, but it was like a way to try to make a relationship work. It wasn't. The foundation was pretty rocky. Let's see what Stephanie says. The worst is when in a text or written form and the recipient takes what's being said up. Yeah. Ooh, Stephanie's going somewhere. That happens so much. That's why they say it's so important to like when you gotta have like a important conversation with somebody, talk to them like verbally, or even more better in person, so that way you can feel each other's energy and what's going on. Because when you see the message in your phone, you're gonna take it based upon your own perception of it. You're gonna, oh, this person's saying this or whatever, and like one of the most interesting things is to have important conversations through text. I got dumped through a text message before.
Really?
Yeah. I had broken up with people through text message as well.
Really?
Yeah. But then like that interpretation and assumption that this person's saying this, so it means whatever. That's an interesting alarm. I never heard one like that. Hey, SpongeBob. Hey, SpongeBob.
I mean, how accurately can you convey stuff like that through a text message?
You know why I love the thing? So like if I'm gonna send a message through that, I'll send an audio message. The power that we have at our hands now, which there's plenty of apps, and if you have an iPhone, shout out to iPhone, still Team Droid, but I got to switch to the dark side. I can send an audio message, but if there's a more important thing that I don't want to get taken out of context, I'm just gonna say it verbally. But then even if something's sent to me, instead of me taking out of context, which I have done before, I'm gonna use the Sandler approach. Can you tell me more about that?
Oh yeah.
I love that. I just told somebody that early.
Wow, yeah. All right. What we got coming up?
Well, you got something tonight, right?
Oh yeah. If y'all wanna come to a masterclass about how to design a card deck, whether it's a tarot card deck or an oracle card deck or an affirmation card deck, I'm holding a masterclass tonight and we're gonna talk about that process. It's at 7:30
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. And there's a Facebook event in this group if you want to know more. There's a registration link in there.
Yeah. I should post in here too. I'm going to be speaking at that summit tomorrow from, what was it? I think 2:15 to 2:45. So we got an upcoming summit that I'm going to be speaking with, sharing my journey, sharing my message with an amazing community. So I will put the link. Actually, I'll put the link in this group as well for that. And then next week, Tuesday, which it was supposed to be this Tuesday, but life happened, so we had to reschedule it. So next week, Tuesday, we're going to have Aaron Apke back on here again live for another conversation. So For those of you who were there for the first one, it was amazing. Our audience loved it. Aaron's audience loved it. And now we're going to have part 2 of that, exploring even deeper with Aaron, consciousness, all the different stuff. He is a rock house, and I'm looking forward to that conversation. And we're going to see where that one goes. But definitely, if you can make it, please make it, because we always love the magic that you bring, your comments, your questions, and everything else, and even the love.
Absolutely.
And Stephanie has another comment. It seems in today's world, many people build an image of others almost like the other will chew their face off if they say something to them they disagree with. So they take the easy route by texting it. Society has molded people into antisocial beings. It's so sad. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that it's also the fear of conflict. Like a lot of us have situations in our life in which we experience some conflict when we spoke our truth. And maybe even as a kid, when you spoke your truth, you got a whooping. Maybe you spoke your truth and got made fun of and things like that. So that fear of that happening again stops you from really having those tough conversations. But eventually you'll get to the point when the tough conversation is something you don't need, that you can't avoid anymore. So I feel it's a combination of life experiences, but obviously also that conditioning, like you mentioned as well. What do you think?
Agree.
All right.
Okay,
Stephanie said, I would love to tune in.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, then tune in.
Yes.
We'll see you there.
Awesome. We'll see everybody there too. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being.
Thank you for being. And we will see you next week.
Yep.
If not sooner.
Well, you're going to be in here. Or, I don't know where you're doing masterclass. Check it out.
Register at the link for the masterclass. Okay, sweet. All right, y'all. Everybody, stay
magical.
You've been listening to our Daily Magic Podcast with Kai and Dell. Please like, subscribe, and tune in next week for another magical episode. Visit www.ourdailymagic.com for more. Thank you for listening and have a magical day.